Right, welcome to this episode of Heartbreak Garage, and you're on phone cam because I forgot to charge my big camera up. But today, first job in a while after the injury, but I need to fit a tow bar to the Evoque because obviously we need to do towings. So I'll show you what I've got and then we'll get out with the car. After much discussion, Mrs. Blackhands procured this tow bar kit off eBay, and it's a Tow Trust tow bars one, and it's got all the stickers and the weights and stuff. It comes with all the, it's a detachable one because I didn't want one sticking out all the time because it don't look very nice, and it's quite a comprehensive kit. We've gone for the extra wiring kit here, which has got supposedly genuine Land Rover fitment on it, which was extra monies because I didn't want to chop the wiring loom up. Because the less interfering we can do with the actual vehicle wiring loom, the better. Now, I'm not sure whether it's just a pass-through thing, plug and play, plug it in and it works, or whether it works, but then you need to enable the BCM to obviously give you towing configurations like turning off your reversing sensors when there's a trailer connected and anti-snake and bits and bobs, because that's all fitted, but you need to enable it. So I don't know whether the lights will work straight away and then we need to enable the special functions, or whether it's just going to work, but we will find out. So if it don't fit, don't force it, and let's get out in the sunshine. Right, so here is the Evoque, and I've got the boot open. I've emptied all the horsey stuff out and taken the parcel shelf out for ease. So what we need to do is remove the back lights and the bumper here to get access to the crash bar and all the doings that are behind there, and the heat shields to sort that out. So we'll get that done. I'm going to have to get in the wheel arches and undo the bolts, and obviously parking sensor wiring loom, that sort of thing. I'm hoping, I know this is a second-hand car, obviously we bought it second-hand, and there is a bit signs it's had paint on this quarter, so I'm hoping there's no disasters hiding behind the bumper. So first thing to do is remove the back lights, and we're just going to pop out the cover there, which uncovers the screws. I've got myself some containers, blue for the left, green for the right, and we'll take the back lights out. Right, so I've just unclipped the wheel arch covers off both sides, and there is some broken clips from the previous time it's been worked on or whatever. T25's inside the wheel arch, pop the wheel arch liner back, a couple of other screws, but yeah, you don't need to take the wheel off. There is space to get in there and do it. So I've done this on both sides. There's that one, wheel arch liner's out, so we'll crawl underneath now and undo the heat shield. Right, so with a couple of bolts, the bumper's off, and I've just propped it up on my bike, so that's good. And I can tell you that yes, it has had a bit of a bump in the back. We can see here signs of impact there, and here it's had a bit of a repair there, there where the light fits in, and it's had some repairs or attempts at repairs behind here. So let's get into it and have a look and see if we need to do anything else. We can see that they're not factory welds, so yeah, it's been repaired, but I was sure it had because I could see that this corner of this light didn't fit quite perfectly, so it's no surprise. So we got the crash bar off, and we know it's not from this car because it's got the obligatory orange or pink paint from a breaker's yard, and we can see the damage all around this quarter here. So I'm not sure whether it's had this rear panel or part of a rear panel, but we can see here that that is not very good. I need to weld that, but that cut goes all the way up to there, so this from here to here has been replaced. This is I don't know why this is so, yeah, so basically that section to there has been replaced. So you can see they're non-standard spot welds and they're not very good. There's a seam there where they've butted it up and welded it, and I can see the joint there, and then we can see that that's not standard there. So this section here to here, that bit there, has been replaced, which fair enough. I just wish they'd done it a bit better. Now then, I haven't got the equipment with me today nor the time to be sorting this out, so I'm going to put the tow bar on anyway, because it's bolted to the end of the chassis rail and everything else, so it's not, but I am going to sort it. So straighten it all out, make it nice, seam sealer it, because they haven't seam sealed any of the gaps and everything. So I'm going to put the tow bar on this time, and then next time I'll get it bumper back off and I'll straighten everything out, weld everything, paint everything and undercoat it properly and seam sealer it, because that's the only choices I've got today. Right then, so this is not the end of the world for me. This car was very, very, very cheap for a 2015 Evoque with the miles it's got and the spec it is. So I'm still happy that I bought this car. I just need to put a bit of effort in, because the last person who did the repair has not done it to what I would say was a satisfactory standard. It's still strong, but it's just not very pretty and it's not well treated, and it's gonna, if we keep this car for a long time, which we are going to, it's going to cause rust issues. There's nothing wrong with repaired cars, everything needs repairing at some point. It's just the fact of that the repair is not what I would expect to a professional to do. So I will be rectifying it, but for now I just need to get the tow bar on, so let's just crack on. Right, so such is life. This is a 10-year-old car and it has been in a bump, we've established that, so it's been repaired, but then a few items have been left out which are going to hinder the progress of this somewhat. Here underneath the crash bar I've put the tow bar on with the bracket and the fixings and the things and the doers that go under there, but there is a gap here where this doesn't match up to the chassis rail, and that is where there should be a recovery point there from factory, a Land Rover recovery point, but obviously when they did the half-assed repair on it, they've missed it and haven't put it back on, so I'm going to have to order one off eBay. But for now I'll just finish it all up, put the bumper on, and then I'll get one of them ordered today for next week, and then we'll whack that in. Always something. Right, so copper slip on the bolts, on the threads, and we've got two M14s that bolt up into the chassis rail here on the bracket. Oh, sorry, there. So, oh, dropped it. Hold on. Stand by. Get them tightened up, then get them two tightened up, get those two tightened up, and then I can tighten that one, and then I'll just have to wait for the part that's missing to come off eBay. But while I'm waiting for that, I'll get some paint and some other bits so I can tidy everything up at the same time and make it lovely. Right, so everything has been ordered off the Evil Bay to sort out that bit of missing bracketry. Come to 16 quid plus delivery, because that's where we found one, and hopefully I'm going to get it by Wednesday. That'll be ideal, because I need towing capability in the next couple of weeks, so we'll get that sorted. And obviously with 4 of the bolts missing, it's not really going to be ideal, is it? So we'll get that sorted. Just a couple of things to warn you about. On this side, those 2 bolts there, M14s, get a tap, clean out the threads in the chassis, otherwise you're going to be in a nightmare. Make sure everything's tight, follow the torque speculations, and I've got the impact bar back on, so now I'm just going to get the hitch on, get the electrics done and cut the bumper, put it all together so Mrs. Blackhands can use it tomorrow and next week, and then I'll get the other piece in. That'll be mint. So here we have the detachable tow bar pack with its instructions in its little bag, so we'll get rid of them for now. Chuck them in there and we'll get it bolted on. Right, so tow bar on, bit of Loctite M10s, anti-vibration washers as well, belt and braces, and let's get it tightened up. Oh, that's not gonna do. Right, so with that torqued up, we can do the electrics. Right, so got the electrics in, got the tow bar on, got me wiring checker there. We can see indicators are going, fog lights on, side lights are on left and right. Brakes, Jem? Brake lights work, so happy days. We're going to go into our settings inside the control module as well and just look to see if there is a tow enable system on it, because then when you put it in reverse it'll turn the parking sensors off on the back and it'll add certain things into the traction control and ABS and special functions. So we'll look for that, but I don't know whether my diagnostics is capable to do that. Right, so with the electrics tested and confirmed working, I've cable tied them all up, connected them up under there, see under there, and then got in everywhere with the dielectric grease to stop any moisture getting in the back. And as we're reassembling, that's close, we'll use the dielectric grease on all the plugs and connectors, not on the actual terminals because it's non-conductive, but where moisture might get in, we'll use that just to stop it. Now we have to refit the bumper and cut a relief for the tow bar. Right, so with the angle grinder I have cut out a relief in the heat shield and in the bumper, and then I leave this edge a bit long and then fold it over to add a bit of rigidity to the heat shield. So that's cool, and now we can just put the bumper on. So job's done, bumper's back on for now until I get that bracket, but tidying my tools up, we know everything works. I'm going to go and find a hole to hide in where it's cool. If it don't fit, don't force it. Right, so welcome back. A few days have passed, but we've got the bits we needed to finish the tow bar installation on the Evoque, and I've got some new clips for the bumper as well to neaten it up a bit, so let's get that sorted. So here it is, the bracket and the bolts that were stopping us from the correct installation of the tow bar. So I won't bore you again, but let's drag the bumper off. I'll get the bumper off and then I'll bring you back. Right, so tow bar bracket with the towing eye is now installed. 3 bolts, 19s there and 2 18s for the factory fitment, and it goes behind the crash bar there. So that is all done, and now I'm just doing some modifications to the bumper. TikTok shop, mint. Right, so we've got the 2 screws in here, the one up there and the one down there. I've put the 4 screws in the heat shield in the back of the bumper, the same on the other side, and I've just got to put clips. I've got new clips for the wheel arches, and the fitment's looking perfect both sides, so I'm happy with that. Just got to clip the wheel arches in. I have got a full size spare in because we're going on holiday in it soon. Right, so got some Brit Park clips because they're the only ones I could get in a hurry. but they look okay, so we'll fit them in and clip the wheel arches on. Right, so there we go. I've got the gaps all nice here, trims are all on, lights are in, wing gaps look good, or arch gaps. Tow bar's been removed, you can just see the little electrics hanging out the back. All the heat shield bolts are in, and this side's all on. So right, so that was me fitting the tow bar on Mrs. Blackhands' Evoque. We didn't get round to doing any of the repairs on the rear panel, but it will be coming soon. The tow bar fitted really well, in all honesty. It's a great bit of kit, so you saw the make and brand. If you're needing a tow bar, I'd recommend it. The electrics went straight in, everything fitted perfectly. The lights did work, but I haven't had the time yet, or I haven't had the effort to go into it and check whether there is any special functions that I can change with the scanner on the vehicle for towing purposes, but I'm sure that'll come in a later video. So thanks for watching if you got this far. If it don't fit, don't force it.